Some changes look negative on the surface, but you will soon realize that space is being created in your life for something new to emerge. Realize deeply that the present moment is all you ever have. Make the now the primary focus of your life. People look to time in expectation that it will eventually make them happy. But you cannot find true happiness by looking toward the future. It is through gratitude for the present moment that the spiritual dimension of life opens up. Acknowledging the good that you already have in your life is the foundation for all abundance. Life will give you whatever experience is most helpful for the evolution of consciousness. How do you know this is the experience you need? Because this is the experience you are having at the moment. The power for creating a better future is contained in the present moment. You create a good future by creating a good present. Don't wait to be successful at some future point. Have a successful relationship with the present moment and be fully present in whatever you are doing. That is success. Sometimes letting things go is an act of far greater power than defending or hanging on. To love is to recognize yourself in another. Any action is often better than no action, especially if you have been stuck in an unhappy situation for a long time. If it is a mistake, at least you learned something, in which case it's no longer a mistake. If you remain stuck, you learn nothing. What a liberation to realize that the voice in my head is not who I am. Who am I then? The one who sees that. Discontent, blaming, complaining, self-pity cannot serve as a foundation for a good future, no matter how much effort you make. Life isn't as serious as the mind makes it out to be. Time isn't precious at all, because it is an illusion. What you perceive as precious is not time, but the one point that is out of time, the now. That is precious indeed. The more you are focused on time, past, and future, the more you miss the now, the most precious thing there is. Life is the dancer, and you are the dance. People don't realize that now is all there ever is. There is no past or future except as memory or anticipation in your mind. Anything that you resent and strongly react to in another is also in you. If small things have power to disturb you, then who you think you are is exactly that, small. Always say yes to the present moment. Surrender to what is. Say yes to life and see how life starts suddenly to start working for you rather than against you. To complain is always non-acceptance of what is. It invariably carries an unconscious negative charge. When you complain, you make yourself into a victim. When you speak out, you are in your power. So change the situation by taking action, or by speaking out if necessary or possible. Leave the situation or accept it. All else is madness. Whatever the present moment contains, accept it as if you had chosen it. You can only lose something that you have, but you cannot lose something that you are. I'm always grateful for this moment, the now, no matter what form it takes. Some people awaken spiritually without ever coming into contact with any meditation technique or any spiritual teaching. They may awaken simply because they can't stand the suffering anymore. Acceptance looks like a passive state, but in reality, it brings something entirely new to this world. That peace, a subtle energy vibration, is consciousness. You find peace not by rearranging the circumstances of your life, but by realizing who you are at the deepest level. Prejudice of any kind implies that you are identified with the thinking mind. It means you don't see the other human being anymore, but only your own concept of that human being. To reduce the aliveness of another human being to a concept is already a form of violence. Whatever you fight, you strengthen. Whatever you resist, persists. Death is a stripping away of all that is not you. The secret of life is to die before you die, and find that there is no death. A genuine relationship is one that is not dominated by the ego with its image-making and self-seeking. In a genuine relationship, there is an outward flow of open, alert attention toward the other person in which there is no wanting whatsoever. All negativity is caused by an accumulation of psychological time and denial of the present. Unease, anxiety, tension, stress, worry, all forms of fear are caused by too much future and not enough presence. Guilt, regret, resentment, grievances, sadness, bitterness, and all forms of non-forgiveness are caused by too much past and not enough presence. Worry pretends to be necessary, but serves no useful purpose. Thoughts are fine when you don't confuse them with who you are, and then thoughts are not a problem. Thinking is a wonderful tool to create things in this world. It only becomes problematic and a source of suffering when you confuse thinking with who you are. When you wash your hands, when you make a cup of coffee, when you're waiting for the elevator, instead of indulging in thinking, these are all opportunities for being there as a still, alert presence. Is there a difference between happiness and inner peace? Yes, happiness depends on conditions being perceived as positive. Inner peace does not. Pleasure is always derived from something outside you, whereas joy arises from within. To realize that you are not your thoughts is when you begin to awaken spiritually. Your entire life only happens in this moment. The present moment is life itself. Yet people live as if the opposite were true and treat the present moment as a stepping stone to the next moment, a means to an end. Even the most seemingly unpleasant situations, if you become aligned with it, something good will emerge from that. If you get the inside right, the outside will fall into place. Primary reality is within, secondary reality without. Love is a state of being. Your love is not outside. It is deep within you. You can never lose it, and it cannot leave you. It is not dependent on some other body, some external form. It is not uncommon for people to spend their whole life waiting to start living. All true artists, whether they know it or not, create a form of no mind from inner stillness. You do not become good by trying to be good, but by finding the goodness that is already within you and allowing that goodness to emerge. But it can only emerge if something fundamental changes in your state of consciousness. Living up to an image that you have of yourself or that other people have of you is inauthentic living. Realize deeply that the present moment is all you will ever have. Was Jesus the Son of God? Yes, but so are you. You just haven't realized it yet. Don't let a mad world tell you that success is anything other than a successful present moment. Don't seek happiness. If you seek it, you won't find it, because seeking is the antithesis of happiness. Awareness is the greatest agent for change. Power over others is weakness disguised as strength. You can have religion with spirituality. You can also have religion without spirituality. Many people identify their sense of self with the problems they have or think they have. Only the truth of who you are, if realized, will set you free.